In the United States, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will announce his 2024 presidential bid in an online appearance with Twitter CEO Elon Musk on Wednesday. Musk is scheduled to host a Twitter Spaces conversation with DeSantis at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. An official launch video from the DeSantis campaign is expected later in the evening. 44-year-old DeSantis is viewed as former President Donald Trump's chief rival for the Republican Party nomination. He joins a growing list of contenders seeking to unseat Mr. Trump, who leads by more than 30 points in national opinion polls. We're now joined in studio by Ariel Levin Waldman. Thank you very much for coming into our studio, a reporter, of course. So first of all, Ariel, why Twitter?
Well, if you are anybody on the political right in America, you are facing an uphill battle in the court of public opinion, especially if you're DeSantis, because you've already seen a massive media campaign in traditional American media mounted against him. Compare and contrast this to what Twitter is offering right now, and that's unchecked, unfiltered ability to get your message out to 400 million people. Let's take just a quick example of what that looked like. Remember the big controversy with former Fox News top talent Tucker Carlson, who gets fired from his network and goes on Twitter, immediately gets 100 million unique viewers on his first broadcast. That's colossal. You name me a single network in America, combine all the networks in America, are they hitting 100 million
So
viewers?
basically because it's 2023,
well, because
and television is dead.
But not just that. A, there's the power and the reach that social media has, and two, there's the fact that if you're Ron DeSantis, you don't think that traditional American media has been fair to you or your message. Look at his legislative agenda and record in Florida versus how it's been reported in the media. Ron DeSantis and his legislature passed a law that bans pornography from school curriculums. It is reported as Ron DeSantis banning books. That's not exactly a fair assessment. Ron DeSantis passes a law in the legislature saying you cannot teach racial collective guilt in Florida schools because that's racist. It's reported in American media as Ron DeSantis bans teaching black history. This is a distortion, and if you're Ron DeSantis, you're not going to trust these people to tell your message in a presidential election. You're going to say, I'm going to tell it myself, and I've got 100 million viewers to do it, at least. I'm going to do that instead.
And it's going to be echoed, of course, in traditional media.
Of course it's going to be echoed in traditional media, but he's going to have his words out there first before traditional media has a chance to put their own interpretation on it.
Yeah. Now, with a 30-point lead over most contenders, first of all, is DeSantis indeed leading in his possibility or to
it's
overcome?
Not that he's leading, but of all the other Republican candidates, he's the only one that stands a snowball's chance in Hades of actually making it into the presidential seat. And that's because right now in the primary, everyone else is polling 3% or less. That is not even worth mentioning. Trump is obviously the front runner, and Trump has the biggest chance of sweeping through the base. However, Trump has a lot of baggage right now. He has years of negative press coverage, scandals, more than you can shake a stick at. He's had this judgment against him in New York that's going to make him look really bad, particularly among white women in America who are the primary demographic that got him into the White House in the first place.
Exactly.
That might be enough to shift some of the votes in the primary. And that's because if you look at independents in America detest Trump with a burning passion. It doesn't matter who's on the docket against Trump. They're going to vote against him, which means if you are the Republican Party and you want your candidate to win a primary, you need those independents, you need those white women. DeSantis can get that, Trump cannot. The problem is, ever since his appearance on CNN, Trump has surged in the polls, at least for the primaries, which means he's easily going to sweep the primary elections, which means that, maybe in a general, DeSantis is more electable. Doesn't matter, he's not going to see a general.
And how is it looking for Trump and Biden at the moment? I mean, it's very, very early, but
it's too early to say. But again, you simply have to look at 2020 and the 2022 midterms as it is the ultimate bellwether here. It's not that the economic circumstances have gotten better or anything since then. You have the same factors, the same forces that should have propelled the Republicans into a majority in the House of Representatives and the Senate. They didn't, which means that Trump still stinks too much to the general electorate. That hasn't changed since 2022. If the Republicans want a chance of winning, they're going to have to turn to DeSantis and not Trump.
Okay, Ariel Levin Waldman, thank you very much.